Hey guys, it's Maymay, and it is time for another Scripture Art Journal week. And this week our scripture comes from 1 Peter 4:8, and it says, "Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins." I just want to talk to you like this. I don't really have a way to base this on anything except I am a Christian, which means I'm a follower of Christ. I know not everyone is, and guys, a lot of people that watch my videos, especially this video, aren't Christian, and that's awesome. I love that. You hear the word love. I love that they're willing to watch these videos, even if it's just to learn a technique or see something that I'm doing. But I love them just the same. I love you just the same. I love the people around me just the same. It's important that we understand that love is like the glue that keeps us all together, because hate, and I actually said this here, because hate stirs up strife and causes problems and causes issues. And I know you think that I'm saying this probably because of the political stuff that's going on. I'm really not. I don't want this to land that way. What I am saying this is because I am so worried about the hate. Like, the hate is everywhere all the time, not just now. There's always hate in our world. And if we could just cover each other in love, I mean, if you love someone and they love you back, it's such an easy relationship, and you can have conversations, and you can communicate with each other, and you can get things done, and you can be successful together, and it's a beautiful thing. Love is a well-oiled machine. When you love someone, things go well, and there's forgiveness and there's acceptance in all of that, because that's part of love. But when we let hate drive us, um, into when hate is in a relationship of any kind, then there's strife, then there's jealousy, then there's mistrust, and there's so many different things. But when we have a love relationship, everything's just different. And I think if we could challenge ourselves, even if it's just for the week, to really put love in our forefront. Now you're like, yeah, but I love a lot of people. We do love a lot of people, but we need to, as Christians, we are called to love everyone, not just love them, but love them as Christ loved the church. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love like Christ loved you, right? That's a bigger goal. That's a bigger task. And so I want to challenge you this week to find a way to work on your love and letting people know that they are loved. We throw that word around now so much for everything, but it has such a deeper meaning, and it just is an incredible goal to try to attain, to love everyone. I love you guys. I want to say this real quick. I love you guys. I love to read your comments. I love to hear from you. I love it when someone tells me they're not a believer, but they still watch the videos. Not because I think that these little videos are going to change your spiritual mindset, but I love that you just love me enough to be supportive, and I love you enough to support you. And that's just how I am. So I love you guys. So today's journal is going to focus on love, obviously. I actually want the only word on the page to be the word love, because I want us to only focus on love, right? But I've gone through my stash. I do this a lot. I like to go through my stash and look. Today's going to be a lot more like scrapbooking than journaling, but I love to do that. You guys know that about me. I've done that for years. And so I've gone through and I found this paper. This is music note paper. This is actually from Illustrated Faith. What pack is this from? I think Bright and Brave. But I love this black and white music paper, and the little cassettes on the back are cute. But we're going to use the music paper, so I'm going to put that there. And sent to me from Sharon Davis, and I don't have all of them here. I only grabbed out what I needed, are these little cutouts. Look how pretty these glitter cutouts are. I don't know where she got these from. Maybe if she's watching the video, she'll comment below. And I think she made this embellishment, but we're going to cut this apart. So please don't be mad, but we're going to use that one in a different way. So these guys are going to be kind of the focal point. Back in the day, three of my favorite color combinations were this black, white, and this kind of periwinkle, cornflower, sky blue color. That was like my very favorite color combination a long time ago, and I don't know why I've gotten away from it, but I have. So I'm going to use this big medallion piece. Let me move the journal because we don't need it to build a page. We can put it in at the end. I'm going to use this big medallion blue piece kind of in this area. And then I want to lay a piece of black cardstock. You could use ribbon, but I'm trying to keep the thickness out of my book, so I'm going to use the cardstock. I want to lay this. I'm going to adhere all this down in just a second, but I want to lay it across here to kind of cut the middle of that piece. Look how pretty that blue and black is together. So pretty. And then this guy is going to live right here. I think that's kind of classy looking, right? However, I want a little greenery, I think, because I saw another page that someone had done. Now, they had actually hand painted and watercolored and all that, but they had something similar to what I'm doing, and they had a little bit of greenery coming out the side. And I think this will be pretty to kind of peek out the side of this medallion. So we're going to use it. But first, I'm going to do a little surgery. Oh, I know, it's terrible. I apologize in advance. I just need this greenery. And what I'm going to do is cut this in such a way that I can save this glittery bow and I can use it on something else. So never fear, I'm not going to ruin the bow. I just need to get down to the greenery. So there's that part off. Now, not that you want to do this with like things that your friends make you and send you. However, you may have some embellishments in your stash that you could cut and trim and color in different ways, so you could use them on other projects. So see, the bow is going to live. I'm not going to use it today. I want it to kind of be a little more muted, but I'm going to use this guy. And I'm going to cut this in half. See right here where it meets? I'm going to cut that in half. Not that it matters, but I'm going to trim some of that white off just in case it's kind of sticking out. I don't think it will be. I'm going to trim some of this white down as well. So there's that. All right, so let's glue this medallion down first. It's not really a medallion. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it reminds me of like a big medallion of some sort. So I'm going to put some art glitter glue on that. Get it glued down. And off-centered as well. At the bottom and off-centered. This way it shows off the paper, the music paper at the top, and it also shows off it'll make the word pop out more because it's off-centered. It's not perfectly centered. Although you could perfectly center it. I think that would be fine. Some glue here on our cardstock piece. That's going to live across the middle. I'm going to try to eyeball this from the side. I think I'll pick it up and look at it a little bit just to make sure. Ooh, that was very crooked. Glad I picked it up. So lay that out as straight as I can. Now for the greenery pieces, I want them to come out from behind this silver piece, which is so pretty. Just pops. So I'm just going to put that down first and then see how these look. This one may come low this way because of my page. I don't want it to come off my page because it is for my journal. And then this one may go higher like that. I'll tuck that a little more. I don't know. I kind of want it to go more to the side. Let's do it like that. But isn't that pretty how that looks? It's kind of fancy looking, right? So I'm going to lift this guy up and glue these guys down where I have them. Let me make sure that's going to work again before I let those dry into place too much. Yep, that's going to work. All right, now before I glue this piece down, we're going to do some writing on it. Now this is a glitter paper, but it's a very smooth glitter, like really smooth. I wish I could describe it to you. It's almost like it's not really glitter, but it is. Like there's no real texture. I'm sure there is, but you can't really feel it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pencil the word love going across this piece. Now you absolutely may not be able to see this because I'm doing it in pencil. But I'm going to do this with just my pencil to start. And I'm going to come back in with a marker and finish it out. I can see it pretty good. Let me see if you can see it. Ooh, not hardly at all, huh? But that's okay. You'll be able to see it when I pin it into place. This is a Sakura Pigma Sensei. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to use this marker. And I'm going to come in. And first I'm going to do just a thin line on top of the pencil mark that I put down. My pen has picked up a little glitter. That's cute. It's like, I like this piece. Okay, so I'm going to do that like that. And then I think I'm going to go back and decide if I want a little bit of a thicker line here and there. I think I'm going to thicken this one up a little bit as it comes down and around. just a little bit. And in doing that, it kind of darkens it in as well. And then I'm going to come around, and I think I'm going to thicken this one as I get around to the bottom, kind of putting all the weight to one side of the letters. And the same here. Put a little weight on that one. Just play around. If you're not sure, like I'm not a lettering expert by no means. I just play around and try to get them to look like I want them to look. But you could always go online and get some inspiration from what people are doing with their lettering. Because nowadays, people are amazing at lettering. I love how that E turned out thicker, so I'm going to do this one thicker. Yep, I'm liking that. I'm going to go back over these thin lines again just a little bit more to put a little black on there because it's kind of fading into the silver. And that is going to get glued down onto our page. It's going to be right here. Hey, I had somebody ask me last week about the scripture reference and adding it to your page. I typically do add the scripture reference. I think I didn't last week. I don't remember why I didn't, but I didn't add it. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's kind of a personal preference. If you want to put your scripture reference down, go right ahead. But I didn't want you to think that I never think you should. No, I definitely think you should add your scripture reference when you feel the need to or when you feel you want to. I just didn't last week. And there it is. Look how pretty that is. I just love that. I think I will add the scripture reference to this week. And the reason is we only use the word love. So I do want to do that. So here I'm going to put 1 Peter 4:8. Just in the corner. That's pretty. All right, let's glue this into our book. So here's our journal back. I love the glitter on this paper. It's almost more like shimmer. But there you go. That's this week's scripture art journal. I think that's so pretty. I love this blue and this black with this music. Just my favorite. I love it. I keep saying I love a lot. Well, that's good because I'm reading the word love. Hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. If this is your first time to see our scripture art journaling, this is our second year of doing this once a week for 2 years now. We're almost through our second year. Head over to our Facebook group, which is called Hide His Word in My Heart, and you can be a part of our scripture art journaling. You can see all the ones I've done in the past, plus these new ones, and you can get inspiration from other folks that are doing this right along with us. So go check it out. Hide His Word in My Heart. There'll be a link below. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.